welcome to this video. Now in this video we want to evaluate this expression. I raised to the power of I is what? Wow, this seems so impossible though, but we're going to say something about it. Now I raised to the power I is equal to what? Now I want you to take note that I is equal to cosine of pi over 2 plus I sine pi over 2, right? That is in polar form, where pi over 2 is just saying 90 degrees, right? So taking I of that, very good. Now this can be written as e raised to the power of I pi over 2, that is in Euler's form, where pi over 2 is the angle theta. Now bringing that here, I will have e raised to the power of I pi over 2 times I, where I alone is equal to this, so this means that raised to the power I. So what would that give us? That would mean, now we're going to multiply this power, with the bracket product rule in indices. So that will produce I times pi over 2, right? So those will give us I times I is just -1, so that will become e raised to the power of -pi over 2. All right, so that's it, e raised to the power of -pi over 2. And this should surprise you that the I complex number raised to the power of complex number, the unit complex numbers, is producing a real number, where e raised to the power of -pi over 2 is a real number, right? You can punch that into your calculator, you would see. Now let's give this in general. When we're dealing with the polar form of a complex number, we'll have cosine of pi over 2 plus 2n pi, right? The same thing, plus I sine pi over 2 plus 2n pi, where n belongs to the set of integers, right? I would say that in general this should become e raised to the power of -pi over 2 plus, right, 2n pi. Very good. And take note, when you punch this value, you can know where n belongs to the set of integers. Okay, you can say n equals to positive integers. N equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Just plug that in for n. So calculate as you're plugging in, calculating 0. When n is 0, what will happen? This will be 2 times 0, everything will be 0. When n is 1, what happens? That's how it continues. Very good. Now you observe that each time you plug this value, okay, then the results will be different. The reason is this: knowing that I equals to square root of -1, all right? Now on a real line, if you have a square root of 4, the result is what? Positive or -2. So there's a situation where you have more than one result, all right? So if you're having I to be square root of -1, then the question is just square root of -1 raised to the power of square root of -1. So there is a possibility of having many results. So that's just it. All right, subscribe to this channel and come back tomorrow.